What I'm about to go through is a fight and how there is no real answer sometimes. Like in this situation, I'm showing you in real time, I'll go through it later. It's like you'll recognize this because this is the fight from the end of the Swain versus Vlad video that I uploaded a moment ago. It's very easy to go over these things and wonder you could have done something different because, quite frankly, you already know the end result. The end result is you lost the fight, and now the question why that is, and what the heck it was. It was. So if I'm looking at this, right, I'm in the middle of an MF ult, in the middle of a Nunu ult, so I use Zhonya's to dodge Nunu ult and to sort of try and save my skin. Other things to note, I have no blue buff, and Kog'Maw was jumped on and wiped. But that's irrelevant, quite frankly, so let's go through the other thing. What would have happened if instead I had stayed and protected Kog'Maw? The thing was that Coming into this fight, I was in the position to protect him. I was next to him, I made sure he was behind me. So here, I tried to bind the people who would get to him, but the problem was, I got completely bypassed. Right. I got completely bypassed, and then the question becomes, could you have saved Kog'Maw? But if I look at this, I've looked at this so many times now, the problem was, yes, I Zhonya'd so I couldn't move, but I was being slowed by a Nunu ultimate, I was being slowed by a Vlad pool. Right, he's down here somewhere. And the problem was, even if I didn't Zhonya's, I had no method of getting back to Kog'Maw, because I would just be slowed, and because I already used Never Move to try and bind someone in place, I didn't have blue buff, there was no way I could have stopped these people from opening up on Kog'Maw anyway. And the thing was, if I didn't go in, then there was no additional threat, and these two would focus down and kill. Like, okay, Ryze is sort of doping around here, just not actually throwing out any spells whatsoever, which really did not help. But I've now arrived at the conclusion that in this situation, going over and trying to help Kog'Maw was not the solution. They flashed and dove him, right? I could have stayed all the way back here, but I would completely bypass. If Diana had gone on me, then that would have been ideal. But she didn't. She just completely ignored me. She flashed over and went for Koggy. The other problem was how we were split in the beginning. Right, they're all grouped in 5 in the Baron pit. We have Maokai and we have Ryze, 2, 2, and 1. Because Elise on like this side of the Baron pit for some really awkward reason. So they're grouped together, which was also like something in their favour. And these were just split decisions of things that didn't go right at all. So the other solution I had was to sort of stay next to Koggy, but if I did that, then there would be free reign for MF or some other person to come at us and kill us. So my other option then was to kill who was closest to me, because in this situation, I was not close enough to kill MF. Right, my idea was I wanted to stay close enough to Kog'Maw to protect him, but not so far away. Oh god, I wanted to stay close enough to protect Kog'Maw, and that involved hitting whoever the hell was closest. That was a threat, and immediately that was Vlad, right? So I opened up on Vlad. But the problem was, now MF is free to do damage, and those two just dove Kog'Maw, and because the other thing was in the elise support, didn't use Twin Shadows, so Kog'Maw couldn't kite this around as tall. But I've already established how, therefore, I couldn't go back to Kog'Maw because I would just get slowed. But MF does a lot of damage because it's 45 fucking minutes, so no, she was unmolested. Whilst two people dove on Koggy and killed him, whereas we couldn't do the same. It's not as if we didn't want to, but this is one of the situations where you yourself really couldn't do much. So going through this entirely, 2-2-1, as opposed to their 5, right? Other things was elise really doesn't do much as support because you're used to CC. Ryze is running around, not really throwing out damage as he's meant to, so your job is doubled. Maokai is just Maokai and trying to tank damage doesn't do much, so you're only left with trying to either help Ryze, kill off MF, and then hopefully you can turn it around on Diana once they've killed Koggy, or you can go back and protect Kog. The problem with protecting Kog, as I spelled out, was that there was no way for me to actually go back to get him. Because my idea was to get throw EQ on Vlad, move back, protect Kog, and then go back forwards again. Hopefully Ryze can occupy MF a bit. But it didn't work. And in situations like these, that it's really no clear-cut answer as to what the right solution would have been. Because I really doubt there wouldn't have been one, purely due to the poor positioning of our fight. It was 2-2-1, elise was in the wrong place, there's 4 of us here, and Chud pretty much doing nothing. It's... I don't know. I can't see anything I could have done differently that would have actually solved this problem. It's just... meh. Could I have protected Kog better?
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah. Lack of blue buff is one thing that I will claim did not help. But... oh damn, I have to pause at the exact right time. Ryze is for some awkward reason over here. He backed off, right? And we all backed off and protected our line. Like, we had a perfect choke point. I could stay here, Ryze could stay here, elise could stay at the back, and we would all protect Kog, and then we could just kill them as they came to us. Blue buff or blah, blah, blah. Blue buff or otherwise, Baron buff or otherwise. Ryze then just walks around doing nothing, ends up dying horribly, and like I am in no position to actually do anything. If anything, right, I made the mistake of trying to go help Kog more when I should have just stuck around and killed MF. That was probably my other major mistake, but it wouldn't have mattered because at 2300 health, I don't know if I could have burned through that or not. Or I could have burned through that, but I would have been out of mana trying. And then I would have been faced with a very angry Diana and a very angry Xin and a Nunu, and all I have left was a support elise to help me, and yeah. Well, I don't know why I'm going through this so much. It's just irritating me so much to how I couldn't actually do anything to change the situation. The more I analyze it, the more I think that it really was one of those engagements where no matter what you did, you would have failed horribly. Lack of blue buff, poor positioning by your team, Koggy getting, like, not his fault. He needs someone to peel for him, but the support's not the type of person who can peel for him. And we have Ryze, who really didn't throw out a single spell, really, in the fight until the very end. I don't know. But this is my analysis of this fight, and I hope it gives you some insight into decision making that you will have to do if you wish to succeed. Or in this case, at least recognize that sometimes you can run the scenarios through your head of what else you could do, but sometimes you have to accept that you can't do anything. Game's lost. Just move on and
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Just have fun.